Russia retaliates and Ukrainian civilians die. Overnight, Russian missiles rained down on a residential area of Zaporizhia that's in southeastern Ukraine. At least 13 people are dead and dozens are hospitalized, including children. More than 200 rescuers have been combing through the rubble for survivors and more victims. The Russian attack on the civilian neighborhood comes just hours after an apparent truck bomb heavily damaged the bridge that links mainland Russia to Crimea, its annexed territory in the south. So that creates a huge bottleneck, choking a critical supply route for Putin's war against Ukraine. For the very latest, let's go to southern Ukraine and CNN's Nick Payton-Walsh. Nick?
Russian President Vladimir Putin clear that he held Ukrainian secret services responsible for the attack on the Kerch Bridge after a meeting with the head of his investigative committee. They call this a terrorist attack against civilian infrastructure in Russia. Now, that's important because it could potentially invoke different responses from Russia. There'll be a meeting of Russia's Security Council on Monday where it's likely they will have to address this issue. These happen weekly, but obviously there's great emphasis on this particular one. Asked whether or not their nuclear doctrine might be invoked because of this attack on Russian territory, a Kremlin spokesperson called that mere question inappropriate. So we simply don't know how Russia's going to respond, but the symbolic damage has been enormous. Today, state media has tried to make light of the damage to that bridge itself, saying that cars are moving again on the road carriageways and that rail stock continues to move up and down the rail part of it. But still, there was damage, and it will have a knock-on effect to the supply of Russia's troops in the south of Ukraine in areas which they are still occupying. Whether or not that damages their presence on the front lines, we'll find out. But that bridge had been used to supply troops, no doubt about it. For ordinary Ukrainians, though, the idea of a Russian retaliation difficult to understand, possibly because every day they're being attacked. No different at all was Sunday morning in Zaporizhia, a town that's been hit again and again over the past week. The city hit by 6 cruise missiles, 16 anti-aircraft missiles slamming into a residential area. At least 13 dead, 80 injured, hundreds of rescuers combing through the wreckage to try and save people. An ordinary scene, tragically, across Ukraine because of Russia's indiscriminate targeting of civilians. No change on Sunday because of that. Do we see more in the days ahead because of the attack on the Kerch Bridge? Ukraine hasn't claimed it officially. Most people are pointing towards them, but it's another sign of how Russia is militarily failing Ukraine, able to inflict damage on its reputation, and many wondering quite what comes next out of Moscow. Nick Payton-Walsh, CNN, Kryvyi Rih, Ukraine.
All right, thanks to Nick Payton-Walsh. So there is a lot to unfold here. Joining us to discuss that, just that, is William Taylor, former U.S. ambassador to Ukraine. Ambassador, thank you so much for being here with us. So the Russian government is calling this attack on the bridge a terrorist attack. Putin is going to be meeting with his Security Council tomorrow. What are your concerns tonight about what may follow? We've already seen apparent retaliation in Zaporizhia.
But as Nick says, Pam, it's hard to tell. I mean, the Russians have been firing at civilian targets all the time, and they continue to do that. So if this is retaliation for the attack on the bridge, not clear. What we know is that we know where the terrorism is coming from, and it's coming from the Russians.
So what is your concern about what may follow? I mean, do you expect Putin to not retaliate? Say Zaporizhia wasn't that. I mean, this is a huge double whammy for him. You've got the tactical and the psychological aspect of this attack on the bridge. What do you expect him to do in response? And does this put any hope of a peaceful ending to this war even further out of reach?
It might be further out of reach. However, you're right. He's got the problem. This is his problem. He's failing. His military is failing. He's failing to protect infrastructure like the bridge. He's failing to get more troops. He's having a hard time getting soldiers to go to the front. He's trying to raise 300,000 new recruits, and people are leaving. The Russian military are trying to pull these people in, and they're going to Georgia and to Kazakhstan. So he's got he doesn't have the friends that he thought he had. I mean, the Chinese and the Indians are not supporting him on this thing. They're concerned about this. He's got problems on his right. The nationalists are very vocal. He's got problems in the streets. The families are not eager to see their sons go off to war in a war that they don't understand. So he's got big problems.
So, when that obviously brings up the discussion that President Biden brought up, his concern, his words, that Putin could become desperate. And he was the one that brought up this idea, the warning of a nuclear Armageddon. Now, the White House has been walking that back, saying that there is no new intelligence to support that. That is, it wasn't based on anything new. But does his grim assessment make diplomacy, I'm curious, more difficult in your view?
Yes, and I think it's important that President Biden have this conversation. Whenever a dictator that has nuclear weapons threatens to use them against anyone, whether it's Ukrainians or others, you have to take it seriously. So that's a legitimate conversation. People should know that that's what President Putin is talking about. Now, in terms of diplomacy, there's not diplomacy going on right now because President Putin is not interested. He's not looking for a way to solve this. If he were, he could find it. He could stop the fight. That would stop the war. If the Ukrainians stop fighting, they lose their country. They lose their country. So that's not an area right now for diplomacy.
All right, Ambassador William Taylor, good to see you again.
Good to see you,
Thanks for
Pamela.
your time tonight.